Hi, I'm PC Marsden from Humberside Police, and this is PD Yoiko. I wanted to become a police dog handler because I've always had a love for dogs. I've always had an amazement in working dogs, in particular, how they operate, how they work, how you train them, and seeing it firsthand is brilliant. I met on the first day of our training course. They say that they match the dog to the handler's size. He's quite a big chap, so I'll take it as a compliment. So 1st of July last year, 2024, me and Yoiko had booked on for nights and we were deployed to reports of a male on East Hull who'd barricaded himself in his upstairs flat following arrest attempts for him. On the way to the incident, information was passed that he'd been smashing all the windows out of his flat with a heavy shovel that he was using. He was heavily in drink as well and under the influence of drugs. As we've got there, as you can imagine, the street was carnage. There was members of the public everywhere. All the windows were smashed out of this house and there was glass shattered all over the place. After a short while, the male's threats have begun to increase, saying that he was going to come outside with this shovel and attack officers. And his words were that he was going to kill any officers that came into the flat itself. I distinctly remember the side of his, the building that he lived in was the front door with a net curtain on it. After about an hour or two of us being there, he decided to set fire to his net curtains, which went up quite quickly. Once I'd seen that the route from downstairs to where this male was barricaded in was clear, the negotiators have started trying to speak to him. And it was a bit like the film from The Shining, where a shovel came through the door. So it was a really weak wooden door. He's managed to get his shovel through it and continued his behaviour, trying to hurt officers on the other side of it. At that point, I've gone outside, got the dog, and we've gone into the building, which the smoke was now starting to clear because all the windows were smashed out anyway. The male had been given challenges by me, and he mumbled something. Originally, I couldn't hear what he'd said. I learned after that when I've said to come out, I was bitten by the dog, he said, "I'll kill your dog." At that point, I've started pushing the bed frame forward, and the male's been pushing him back towards me. But the reason I was doing it is to try and clear a gap in, because it was covering half the door, and between me and him, being quite wide apparently, it was quite difficult for us to get in. And then he's come round towards the door, and I remember everything sort of slowed down really. As he's been coming towards us, he's been raising the shovel above his head, coming directly towards me and Yoiko. So Yoiko at that point has jumped up without hesitation and bit this chap in the stomach and putting his paws on his chest, which the weight of him has stopped this guy coming forward. But he didn't stop there for the subject. He started to bring the shovel down towards Yoiko's back, which I, to this day, don't know how I managed to sort of do it, but I put my hand out and it's smacked onto my finger, onto my wedding ring, to my wife's delight. And I managed to wrestle the shovel off him just above the dog's back. And then we've both tackled him into the room and detained him on the floor. But it's the biggest high you can ever get. It makes you feel on top of the world. Because when you get to a scene and people are stood there watching for the dog to come out, if you find that missing person or that criminal who's been causing no end of issues, you put an end to that person's awful day that they're having, whether it be by him detaining them or just by seeing him. Yeah, it's an unbelievable high, which you never get tired of, you never get bored of it. Winning the Thin Blue Paw Foundation Outstanding Bravery Award means the world to us, as you can see. We don't do it for recognition, but to have that recognition is ace, to be fair. As you can hear from Yoiko.